Okay, what's up, guys? So, good morning. It's another start to a great day. And before I start recording, Teeny wants to say hi. Oh, she's caught on my headset. Teeny, what you doing? The kitty, guys. This is my cat, Teeny. She's like a year old. She's really tiny. And she's really sweet. But yeah, just want to say hi. Mm. She's purring. Engine running. You can go wherever you want. Okay. So yeah. So before I started editing my videos together this weekend, I wanted to make this video. And but yeah, last night I was just having a lot of troubles falling asleep, just thinking about a lot of different things. Um, and I made sure to write some of them down in the moment, which also helped me to clear my mind and then helped me drift into sleep. But so I really thought about my experience growing up, quote unquote, gifted. So I know there's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of posts out there talking about this. A lot of people have similar experiences, but I I really thought about it last night, and like I went to when I lived in York, PA. I was this was some of the younger years of my life. This is when I started playing hockey, started really learning things, like and started really maturing. Because I had already moved at this point, and place that I had lived before, I had really just lived for preschool. It was just like the first 2 years of my life or something like that. It wasn't anything that could have lasted, like impacted. But so then when I really started to learn things, I went to Ore Valley Elementary School in York, PA. If anybody knows it, but yep, they gave you. So for example, on some of the stuff that was like gifted or the reward systems, like the incentives for being good, it'd be like the arithmetic problems where it's just like tons that you have to do, addition, subtraction, whatever, and how many you can do within a certain time limit. And I was really good at them, and I also was really competitive. Of course, I wanted to be the best. Um, and because I was told that I was smart and everything, I believed I could be the best. I believed I was the best because I could also do it. Like I was the best in my classes due to these reward systems. Like the ranking, the hierarchy, they gave you this kind of hierarchy, and to me as a kid, I took to it because I was really good academically, quote unquote gifted, whatever. But that's besides the point. That's not the reality of it. I I didn't know how to communicate. I developed an ego. So I believed that, oh, I'm learning all these things so quickly and so easy. And I constantly am asking to move forward and move ahead of those that are around me. And I was also just comparing myself to everyone else too. Because that's just like, that's how they make it. Why like broadcast everybody? Like, it's just to the mind of a kid, you're gonna compare because that's just information. It's like, oh, your peers are doing this, like your peers are doing better, or whatever. Um, but I shouldn't have compared. I shouldn't have developed this ego, and like those they really had a good system in Ore Valley and whatever. They all these incentives to really be better, and then I was also gonna go to the magnet intermediate school. It had just been built or whatever. If you really want to look it up, there's information about it online. But I also did a bunch of I did hockey. I believe I started baseball already. I golfed. I already knew how to swim at this point. Tennis, blah blah blah. Like I did a bunch of stuff, and my parents raised me really well, and I learned a lot that I believed that I really was exceptional at this point. So after coming to the conclusion that I did develop an ego as a kid, and I really did believe these things in myself, that I then moved. I had to move, and so all these friendships. Um, well, that's also another thing. Is like, I guess I'll cut this together in post, but maybe I'll leave some mistakes in there and whatever. But I developed so many friendships and relationships, and I actually it was a realization that I wasn't as afraid to talk about things between people as well, and because I felt respected, I felt heard, because also as I was naturally comparing as a kid, so were other people, and I had stuff to prove that I was gifted. In essence, I had accomplishments, and they would like stuff that's on a record, or physical things, trophies, etc. Right? But then, and people knew this because people knew me, and that's that's really what it is. That's the reality of things. But as a kid, I just didn't grasp that, you know. Um, and then I moved. I had to move to Maryland. We moved to Gaithersburg, Maryland, which objectively was a worse school system, and the kids that I were around there were not nearly as kind and as respectful and um like treat others the way you want to be treated type of person as all the kids that I was friends with in York, in PA. Um so this, obviously, as a kid with also I had undiagnosed ADHD, anxiety. I don't know when any of it developed. I don't know if I had it from the start of my life. I don't know. Um, but there's possibilities, and like, whew, I mean, my anxiety spiking right now just thinking about it, and thinking about like if I just knew in the moment that I could have helped myself. But there's no point. There's no point in thinking about that. Um, but yeah, um, I moved, new people, different people, like less, and the school system wasn't as engaged. And I don't know if my records didn't transfer too well or something like that, or what, but it was a whole different school system. Instead of like an intermediate school and accelerated stuff, there was accelerated stuff, but it wasn't nearly to the level of my past school system. Um, and so I just got bored. And also, the kids around me didn't know who I was. So I came in believing that I was this super smart person, and that people would listen to me and blah blah blah. But people didn't. And I also got made fun of and bullied, and people would make me do their homework and stuff like that. And it's stuff that I never experienced, and it's just different people. And as a kid, I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about it to anyone, unless it got to the point of like breaking, because I I wouldn't want someone to go and tell on me for something, cuz like I'm also scared of consequences. I was so scared of everything all the time as well. So I would never talk about things that I thought were problems. And that's a problem. So it just led and just created so much chain reactions in this child mind that I just didn't know how to deal with absolutely anything. And I just shut myself off to everything. And it's just like little things here and there that I just stopped believing in myself. Like, I switched instruments for some reason. So then I was not as good. I didn't take to the new instrument as well. But it wasn't so much that I wasn't taking to it. It's just that I thought I should be really good at it. But I just didn't invest enough time into it because I had just been doing fucking viola for however many years of my life. And then I tried to switch to a cornet, a trumpet thingy. And I was like, oh, I'd be good at this too. Which I ended up being okay at it. But I had to put time into it, of course. And it was just, I kept trying to switch things because I kept getting bored. And I also just felt not listened to because I just kept learning things quickly, but I wouldn't really talk about things. And I felt like I didn't have friends too. So I didn't feel like nobody did know me because I didn't talk. I didn't talk. I just, I thought my, I thought my studies and stuff would prove who I am and like try to be good at sports and stuff like that. And it's also those preconceptions. Oh my gosh, just the preconceptions in your mind that like an ego too can just destroy relationships. And it's like, if I just knew how to talk, if I just knew how to talk and reason it out, and just also not be afraid of being imperfect. Like, God, like as a kid, this is for everyone, but I mean, I realize it now. I'm 21. um, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you make mistakes. You have an ego. So what? Lose the ego. Stop making mistakes. Stop being afraid to make mistakes. Be a good person. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And I think, like, God, the school systems, going back to the school systems, I'm going to cut everything together in post. Remember to do that, Editor Saban. Um, but yeah, didn't have a lot of relationships. Uh, also had people that bullied me, made fun of me. As I said before, I had one thing that really stuck with me. I thought about this last night specifically, and I want to talk about it. I feel like if I don't talk about it, it's just going to be like, oh, why didn't I talk about it? I let it get to me. And I thought about what people would think about it. But I had these two really good friends, and I hold nothing against them, as I will never hold anything against anybody. I've learned to just forgive. But that's another point I will also talk about is nobody should be required to forgive such a insurmountable like task or amount. Like you understand what I'm saying. No mistake should be so grave that someone should have to forgive it. But there people do horrible things, and holding grudges and having hostility at the end of the day doesn't help anyone. And as much as I get frustrated, as much as I think I'm right in things and just want to tell people that I am right and that they're wrong, just talk it out. Some people just don't know. And I also don't know at times. And I am saying that I don't know. And yeah, like in yesterday's stream, I butted heads with my friend Ethan, who I've been friends with since college, and well, since college I say, but I'm still in college. But yeah, we played on teams together and in games, and have just done a bunch of stuff together. Just really good friends. But I also, God, my anxiety is getting to me, and I will edit all of this together. I need to remember that. I was talking about Ethan. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, he butt heads, and he off the first round in a game. I made a mistake, didn't do stuff that he believed was right, and he started yelling at me for it. Oh, you didn't do this. Oh, how did you not do this? And I took the initiative, and I wasn't going to let that slide for the day. I didn't want that to be the energy, because that doesn't help anybody. And I said that I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Um, I should have mentioned at the beginning that I didn't buy any, and we should communicate, and I won't do it again. And that we also just move past the fact, and then I said that, sometimes I just don't know. And instead of being a dick and just saying that I'm stupid because I don't know, help me, guide me, point me in the right direction, and trust that I will try my best to not let it happen again. And if it does, then I will also trust that I will also try and recognize that. And if you point it out, I will keep an open mind and, yeah, take the critique. Because that's all it's all about getting better and just trying your best at the end of the day. And also, this is looping back around to the school systems. God, this is going to go up on my unedited channel too. And gosh, for those who actually take the time and watch my stuff, wow, you'll truly see how I just bounce around. But and it's just, I'm not even trying. It's just how it works in the moment. My anxiety just triggers sometimes, and then boom, brain goes somewhere else, and it just happened. But yep, hyperfixations. But yeah, that loops around back to the school systems, because I started to get that feeling that people started to tell me that I was stupid because I didn't think things or didn't know things. And for some reason, I just believed everyone, because I was honest in what I said, and I was so critical on myself, and I knew a lot that I thought it was the same for others. I thought other people took it as seriously. And not so much the fact that I believed everyone thought the same exact way that I did, but just also got frustrated in the realization that people didn't take it as seriously as me. And why didn't they take it as seriously as me? But again, at the end of the day, comparison is the thief of joy. I needed to talk about these things. I needed to stop comparing myself and just keep doing what I was doing. Keep doing my best. I didn't need to let people affect me. And I'm going to loop back around to my school system, talking about the school system. But I also just remembered that I talked about, I had these really two good friends, and I want to talk about this. But yeah, their names were Jack and Vim. I'm not going to say anything more, but one day, and I don't know if they'll remember this, but one day, they just decided that, this is how it seemed to me in the moment, they just decided that they wanted to act like they weren't friends with me for the day. Or that they didn't like me. And I didn't understand it was sarcasm or a joke or whatever. I didn't catch on, because why? What's the point? Right? So, and it took till I cried in front of them for them to tell me that it was a joke. And it's okay. I don't hold any grudges. Nothing. But stuff like that really does make an impact. The little things, little experiences that just made me shut myself off to everything. And really stop believing in the things that I believed in. Because it's anybody could just lie to me at any point. So, even the people I thought were my good friends. But at the end of the day, shit happens. People might play jokes on you. It happens. And I'm here now. I'm better now. I don't care. Um, well, I mean, it made an impact on me, and I've realized that. I've recognized that. And now it's all just information to me that I can use to be better. That's all it is. That's all the past is. You don't need to hold on to it. Just let it go. It's information. Use it effectively. And I'm going to end off talking about this, looping back to the school system school system and what I wanted to say about that. But yeah, when I moved to Gaithersburg into the well, I say lower tier. I don't really know the specifics, but as it appeared to me, it wasn't that hard as a kid. So I stopped doing the homework because I could get away with just doing like the stuff that was graded. Because, well, actually at this point, homework was graded too, but I could get away with good grades by just doing the big assignments. And that's the thing, is I also just felt like, why waste my time on things if I didn't need to do them? Because time was also so important to me. But that's a different point. I can talk about that at a different time. And that's a good realization right there. That's the first time I actually did that in this video, and I'm gonna do it again right here. but yeah. And so I stopped doing homework, which is horrible. You should do homework. You shouldn't feel like it's a chore. You should invite it, and especially when you don't understand things, because you should, like, it happens. And if you did get it at one point, it's okay. Sometimes all it takes is a little outside perspective. Sometimes one person just knows a little bit more about a certain topic that then gets you over that roadblock. So just communicate, talk. And I didn't do that in school. I wish I did. I wish I wasn't as anxious. I wish I wasn't as scared. And there were resources that were available to me. But overall, because it's a new area and I didn't attempt it that much and I stopped trying on the homework and stuff, that's what appeared. That's the reality of things. So that became my new reputation. In my mind, I was still the Ore Valley kid, the kid who tried at everything. But in reality, that's not what I was doing. And then, yeah. So nobody also pointed that out to me. I had to come to that realization myself. Which sucks, but it happens. And yeah. So everybody's different. I believe school systems should stop generalizing. Stop, like, it's hard. It's of course hard to you, because of course you want to teach as many people as fast as possible, right? And you have to try to accommodate, and there are accommodations to those gifted kids. But then of course, there's other things outside of academics, like anxiety or ADHD or depression, and the inability to communicate. That all affects it. And everybody's different. So, talk. Everybody's different. Talk. Figure things out. Stop having these preconceptions in your mind. Every new day is a new day. And just keep living in the present. And yeah, you can do it. Stop attacking those that you believe don't know things. Instead, tell them things. Teach them. Because if you really believe they're stupid and you're getting mad about it, what is that doing? I see so much toxicity everywhere because people just don't take the courage to help people, and instead take the easy route and get mad at them for not knowing. That's the core thing I wanted to talk about. And thank you for anyone that stuck around and watched the whole thing. I'm going to edit it together now, and there'll be videos out on everything later, hopefully. I'll get to it. Thank you.